Washoe County corruption, case number RSC 2025-000740. Jonathan Belfort, witness claimant. Notice of objection to order to dismiss due to conflicts of interest and the dishonest, unethical acts coacted by the judiciary and attorneys. Elizabeth Hickman, number 11958. Austin Lucia, number 13713, in a clandestine, deceptive, unfair, intentional, fraudulent business pattern or practice deprived me of due process. The motion was filed 1 day before mediation and executed by the judge shortly after with no notice or a chance to rebut. This is racketeering. Elizabeth Hannah Hickman was sued in her private capacity, and a verified sworn statement of claims was filed weeks before. These attorneys are dishonest, further damaging my rights and financials. Exhibits 1 through 7, proof of my claims. Okay, so what he's saying here is that they did a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. Well, that's nonsense, because we have the file stamp that was done several weeks before. A statement of the claim, sworn and verified under notary seal, was done. So that is false, deceptive. These attorneys are in fact dishonest. Okay? And this is the district attorney's office doing that. These people are so dishonest. It's unbelievable what's going on here. The violation of rights, right and intentional, right in everybody's face. Okay, so this is his thing here, objection to motion. Okay, what they did is they had a mandatory mediation. They had plenty of time. They waited till 1 day before and called them at 3:45 on October 13th. It was supposed to be the next day, and dismissed it. Straight up. Fraud. I'm calling the district attorney out for fraud. You people are dishonest. Okay? Then they come off, and now the tactic is they're calling Mr. Belfort a sovereign citizen now. Okay? And when in fact they were labeled as sovereign citizens, and he writes in there also, I object to the slander and inflammatory statements on record made by the dishonest attorneys referring to me as a sovereign citizen, when in fact they are sovereign citizens who refuse to protect rights by perjuring their oaths of office. Quite frankly, it's a joke, and that's all they have. Okay, there's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You can't be sovereign and a citizen at the same time. Okay, this is the tactic they use when they don't like what you're writing. You know, and apparently I was just watching this Drew Rebar guy. Now they're going to do a TRO on him. I don't know what he's got going over there, but it's against these same people. Okay, so he's got an exhibit list here. Order for dismissal. 2, file stamp public records, Jennifer Richards. Okay, I don't believe she's a judge. She's an attorney, justice of the peace. She's an attorney. Okay, these attorneys are dishonest. Receiving judicial benefits from the county of Washoe. Dr. Richard Fine on the take. 5, bribery evidence. 6, county claim against Austin Lucia 13713, deputy district attorney. 7, county claim against Judge Jennifer Richards, $5 million. Okay, this is October 15th. See, what they did is they filed this motion to dismiss on October 13th. The mandatory mediation was supposed to be on October 14th. They did it at the end of the day, called him when he was preparing for the mediation, getting his paperwork, and he found out because he was down at the court, said there was a motion filed. Okay, the day before. If that isn't a blatant violation of due process, what is going on with this Washoe County? Okay, it's straight up fraud. Let's look at these exhibits. Exhibit 1. This is a motion, the notice of order. Okay, they did this all on the same day. Right here, 10/13, the day before the mandatory mediation. Right here, 10/13. Okay, they did it at the end of the day. They executed this notice of entry of order. Okay, This judge, I don't think she's a real judge. I think she's an attorney. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom. Justice of the peace, not a state judge. Okay, we're going to check into that. I'm not sure, but we're going to look into that. But this Austin Lucia, the one that works with Elizabeth Hannah Hickman, another deputy DA, the one that was being sued. So they do all this, and they're going to serve this Jonathan on the day before. He has no notice. He wouldn't have known if he wasn't down there. That's straight up deceptive and fraudulent business practices. You people ought to be ashamed of yourself for the gross, intentional violation of rights. Order. Okay, this was done by this order granting motion, other requests, Elizabeth Hickman. And there was another one relieving the state bar out of it too. And there was sanction claims against there, and they didn't answer it. Okay, so it's one-sided. It's organized crime, Washoe County. Full of organized crime, the whole thing. Look, motion to dismiss is granted. Complaint fails the state a claim for small claims. Okay, what a crock of shit. The day before, right here, Justice of the Peace, 1:30 p.m. on October 13th. Obviously, this was organized to do this. Okay, let's go through here. 2. This is a public records request for the discovery and due process in 680, CV 25-680, into conflicts of interest concerning connected case RSC 2025-00740, co-actors, pattern or practice, discriminatory actions by the attorneys, judicial officers. This is already done, okay? And it was sent to the county insurance right here, crime claims at gaig.com, and it was delivered here. Okay, so he goes through and he has a public records request right here. There it is right there. It was all done. And it was all sent to all the county commissioners. They know about it. They're all named up here. Janine Herman, Michael Clark, Alexis Hill, Mariluz Garcia, Clara Andriola. Okay, they're all there. They were all emailed this. And we're asking to obtain all documents showing payment from Washoe County or its affiliate agents, commonly known as 1, local judicial benefits, separately and individually to Small Claims Court of Reno Township, Justice of the Peace, Jennifer Richards, from the commencement of such benefit payments beginning 2024 through present 9/10/2025. 2, a yearly summary of Megaflex cafeteria plan or equivalent benefits, 401k, 457 and or other retirement contributions, professional development allowances, etc. 3, any other Washoe County or its affiliates agents compensations for each year that the local judicial benefits were paid for the commissioner, judge, justice, administrator, clerk. This matter is concerning Small Claims Court case or Reno case number RSC 2025-00074, Department 1. Okay, and they go through here. Wilcox Ranch, we're talking about the title frauds that are going on in there, home equity type schemes, theft, and HOA, POA embezzlements. Jennifer Richards, Justice of the Peace. Okay, attachment 1 is an example obtained of judge benefits paid by the county for clarification of my request. Okay, so we go down here and you'll show that these judges are all getting paid by the county when they're state judges or other, and they're getting extra benefits while they're getting paid for the state, and then the district attorney and them are ruling against you and prosecuting you while they're being bribed by Washoe County. Here it is right here. Attachment 2. Okay, order to attend mediation. Okay? It's all laid out in here. They don't even follow their own fucking rules. October 14th, 2025 at 11:15 a.m. These people are fraudsters. Okay? They're covering their tracks. This is organized crime, people. Washoe County, Nevada. Organized crime. Right there. Gross violation of rights. Intentional. They were all served right here. All the supervisors. They're well aware of this. They know who we are. Okay. And then you'll see in the next video where now we're being threatened when we go to the grocery store by their co-actors. There it is right there. Okay, they were all served it. Okay, so we go down here. That was all done. There's a proof of service. There is the insurance. They got it. Okay. So then they finally complied and gave us the request. Here it is right here. Here's all the money she's getting. Look at this. Retirement. Look at this money they're getting every month going in a retirement fund. Okay. They get everything. Medical, look at this insurance, all this stuff. There's more dental, all this vision, all this stuff. They're being bribed by Washoe County, and then they're turning around, perjuring their oaths and violating your rights and our rights. Exhibit 4. How to disqualify your state Superior Court judge, get a new trial. What you want to do, look up this Dr. Richard Fine and learn about it. On the take. This was in California, and he beat their ass over there. They put him in jail, and he ended up getting a big settlement for this. And he's pissed because they're all bribed. Okay, you can't have how can you be impartial when you're getting these fat payments from the county right here, and then rule, they're going to rule against you when you go against one of their own attorneys. These attorneys all have an oath of office to the bar. They have 2 oaths, one of the United States and one of the bar. You can't have an oath to both of them. And they're choosing the bar. This is fraud, people. But look this guy up, Dr. Richard Fine, Los Angeles. Okay, right here. You can see it. Okay. And he's got all this stuff, but you can see what you got to do is you got to get the records of all these bribes. He goes in here and shows how it's done. Here it is all here where he got it. Okay, so they got that. Then Mr. Belfort, after his rights were violated, intentionally in an organized crime. Let's go down here. And Exhibit 6, this is a county claim. You can get these down there. Here's the file stamp. Done as soon as he found out October 13th, he went down and did it against this Deputy District Attorney Austin Lucia, co-actor. There's one claim. Okay, he hand wrote all this stuff. Okay, policy limits all bond insurance policy. Christopher J. Hicks, District Attorney, 10/13/25. After his rights got ripped off by the district attorney. Exhibit 7, Belfort. Another one. This is against a judge for executing the order. No due process. Okay, this is why the United States is going to be sued, because they're violating rights. They're trying to overthrow the United States by violating your due process rights. Okay, right here. This is a void judgment. It's fraud. Clerk of the court's involved. They're all in it. It's a racketeer operation. They're stealing properties, asset, and their titles. There it is right there, 10/13. He did this one shortly after when he found